Hi. Forgive the appearance. I'm just here to do a quick video on Bartonella and some of the bizarre symptoms that I get that you don't really hear about on the web or in books. And yes, I wrote them down because I do have short-term memory. Forgive if I stumble over some words and scratch a little here and there. I've had this about 30 years and was just recently diagnosed. However, I've studied Lyme and co-infections for the last 8 years because I knew what was going on, but the doctors just needed to confirm that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mention some of the symptoms that I have had. Once again, remember, everybody's different. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to have this. All right. Craving sweets. I often crave sweets. We know that Bartonella thrives on sugar, and I suppose, it could be hormone related, but I crave sugar all the time. And as far as eating regular food, I notice that when I eat, instantly I feel lousy. Chronic fatigue kicks in. It feels like my body's here and I'm here. And it's like chronic exhaustion, spaciness, lightheadedness, almost like I'm allergic to everything that I eat. And so my doctor has recommended a gluten-free diet. But I mean, I've been testing this stuff out for many years now, so I don't know, where to go from there. Another thing, limbs going to sleep. My hands and my feet frequently go to sleep, probably 20 times a day. Keeps me up at night, because I'll get to sleep and then something will go to sleep and then I'm back awake again. And so that happens whether I'm sleeping or awake. Making noises. This is a really bizarre one. I tend to make these funny noises. Now, I had an uncle that he had gotten polio when he was young and he went deaf from it. And he used to make noises, which he couldn't hear himself. It was understandable. But I do that, and I catch myself doing it, and it's almost like or just funny little quirky noises, and I'm like, my goodness, what's the matter with you, Sue? It's another bizarre thing that I've gotten. Trying to write words on paper. I almost forget to make a letter every now and then. And if I was to write a full letter, I'd probably have to stop like maybe 6 or 7 times. Because if I was trying to make the letter A, I might stop or just go over it. It's like my brain and my hand coordination aren't there. One's not keeping up with the other, I guess. And it also happens with typing. I notice when I'm typing that I'm always spending time correcting things more than I am typing. And it's not like I'm rushing through it either. So maybe other people have that. I don't know. But I do. Oh, let's see. What else do we have here? This is a quick one. Incontinence. Feels like you haven't gone to the bathroom in 24 hours. You rush to the bathroom because you've got to go right then and there on the spot. Only to find out that maybe you go 2-3 ounces tops, but it feels like you're carrying a gallon in there, and the urgency's insane. Okay, let's see. Elevators and movement. I get into an elevator, it stops, I get off, and I feel like I'm still on the elevator for 15 more minutes. Yeah. Escalators, if the floor, like somebody's floor isn't completely sturdy and somebody walks by me and I feel the floor move, it freaks me out because I feel like I'm dizzy or I'm still moving. I could even be sitting down, and when that happens, I feel totally off, like something's just not right. And I noticed that I have that with like visual stuff too, like watching merry-go-rounds or certain types of movement. Not so much in a car or a vehicle, but like a merry-go-round or something like that. Lights, when I'm DJing, I can't stare directly at my lights or look. I have to look away from all that. I don't know, this old brain, something going on in there with it, right? Conversations. This is where I think the ADD and the ADHD thing came in. Because when I started getting Herx reactions about 8 years ago, I noticed that I just block things out. And I don't do it intentionally. Somebody could be talking to me and it's just like I don't hear something that they're saying. And I just keep going on like nothing was ever there. And, hours later I'm like, geez, they said something to you and you never responded or reacted or anything. And that's not typical of me. And another thing that I've noticed is if somebody's starting to talk about something that's like totally boring that you just do not want to talk about. Like, for example, oh, my car broke down. I took it to the car place. They fixed this and this and this and this. Wow. About 30 seconds into that conversation, if not shorter, my brain's on what's going on behind them, what I had for lunch, what I'm having for supper, what's going to happen tomorrow. I was never ADD or ADHD, but, that's part of it, and I feel bad that I'm that way, but it is what it is. It's attacked the brain, and Bartonella is not an easy thing, along with other co-infections and Lyme. It's a rough thing to deal with. Running into things. How many times have I said out loud, geez, that wall just jumped right out in front of me? Well, I run into things with my face. People. It's like my spatial sense isn't there. And I've been known to step on somebody's toes accidentally because I knew when to stop, but my feet didn't stop. Once again, the brain, the feet coordination thing, just not really there. So, anyway, I just thought I would pass some of these strange, bizarre symptoms that are very rarely mentioned, about out in a quick video for you guys. If you guys have any strange, bizarre symptoms that you guys have, please feel free to go down below and leave a comment and let us know what it is that you experience, because we're all, learning from this, even though we may have had it a long time. There's always something new that we'd like to know, and there's just comfort in knowing that other people, unfortunately, are going through the same thing as you are. Again, thanks so much for watching this video, and be sure to look for upcoming videos on Bartonella. Thanks.